Welcome back to the show. Today, we want to take a deep dive into a major story that impacts senior citizens. Well, actually, it impacts everybody. And these are the new tariffs on prescription drugs announced by President Trump. And these tariffs can be upward of 125%. Now, these apply to, and this is effective October 1st, and these tariffs will take effect on certain brand name or patented drugs manufactured outside the United States. This means if companies are making these medications abroad, instead of building plants here in the U.S., the cost of bringing them into this country just double overnight. Some of the most widely used drugs on that list are Ozempic, Wegovy from Novo Nordisk, which are produced in Denmark and widely known for their role in weight management and diabetes care. Mounjaro and Zepbound from Eli Lilly, currently manufactured in Ireland. Lantus, a long-acting insulin from Sanofi, made in Germany and France. And, of course, Keytruda, a blockbuster cancer treatment from Merck, also sourced in Ireland. And several medications from Germany, pharmaceutical giants including Jardiance, Pariva, Pradaxa, from Boehringer Ingelheim, and Xarelto from Bayer. In addition, drugs coming from the European Union may face an additional 15% if they don't fall under that 100% category. And let's not forget generics, many of which come from India and China. And these will feel the impact of these policies. So what does this mean for consumers? I wouldn't call it $1 million question, right? The final price you pay at the pharmacy counter will depend on whether pharmaceutical companies choose to absorb these costs. All right, you're asking corporations to absorb costs, initiatives that they didn't come up with. This is coming from Trump. They have to make a decision. Okay, these costs that Trump are passing on through tariffs, do we pass them on to the consumer directly on all patients given how strange drug prices already are in the U.S., a lot of patients and healthcare advocates are bracing for higher out-of-pocket costs. Trump's announcement is being framed as part of his push to strengthen U.S. manufacturing and reduce reliance on foreign supply chains, particularly in critical sectors like healthcare. Yeah, but let me warn you that, the critics say it could create immediate hardships for patients who depend on these medications, while new domestic drug plants could take years to build. That's where we are today. A high-stakes gamble balancing drug affordability, patient access, and U.S. manufacturing policy. And in addition to that, this is a cost increase on people, on sick folks. How can they afford an increase? The drugs are already high enough. So why would he apply tariffs to medications? Because they're not produced in this country. It will take time. It will take years. It would take years, all right, for them to roll out a manufacturing plant in this country. Okay? So what do we do in the interim? I guess Trump's going to make some deals, but my point is that it seems like everything that he does raises prices. I don't understand why we're not in an inflationary spiral. I do not understand. But here's some key information, though. Starting October 1, which is tomorrow, a 100% tariff will apply to certain imported brand name or patented drugs manufactured outside the U.S. through, I would say blackmail, because they're going to deny them the U.S. market if they don't build their factories here. In the meantime, I want you to listen to Trump's announcement about this.
We're going to do something that we have to do. We're going to tariff our pharmaceuticals, and once we do that, they're going to come rushing back into our country because we're the big market. The advantage we have over everybody is that we're the big market. So we're going to be announcing very shortly a major tariff on pharmaceuticals, and when they hear that, They will leave China. They will leave other places because they have to sell. Most of their product is sold here. And they're going to be opening up their plants all over the place in our country. We're going to be announcing that. So that's breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news. That's what's going to happen. But we're going to do something that we have to do. We're going to tariff our pharmaceuticals. And once we do that, they're going to come rushing back into our country because we're the big market. The advantage we have over everybody is that we're the big markets.
And here we go. Thank you, Mr. Trump, for another increase in costs on the least able to afford it. This is Walter Latham. This was an urgent episode that I wanted to get out to everybody today because these prices, these changes go into effect tomorrow. How are they going to, show out? How are they going to appear when you go to the drugstore? I don't know. A lot of work got to be done around this. Thanks for joining.